Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a Monday morning video. Obviously this video is shot before open, so we'll see how the market does today. My guess is might be a very volatile day today and tomorrow. Before the Fed meeting, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty. I'm really optimistic and hopeful Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we have like that bull rally again after the Fed meeting, get that weight off our chests, and we'll see what happens. But today I want to talk about three stocks, May edition. Basically, there's three stocks I'm watching at in May, where in my portfolio, I feel like I can make them a little bigger to where their prices are, to where I think they're gonna go. So I'm gonna just basically get into the three and why I like them. So PayPal, it's at $87.93. 52-week highs were $310.16. So that is a big downward trend in PayPal. The company is double-digit growth. It is profitable. People think that consumers are going to slow down spending. There might be a recession, the whole nine. So yeah, all that might be true, but I mean, the valuation of PayPal is insanely silly cheap. Like the PE, the 4 PEs and the price of sales and all that stuff. I mean, it's such a great evaluation as a long-term investor. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, I am a long-term investor. So I hold about 17 stocks right now, and they're multi-year holds. So PayPal is one I've been buying recently and driving down my cost base. I've owned this stock since 2019, and my cost base was like 175, 190-ish, and I've been driving it down since. I think I'm down to like 135, 136. So this position is getting really big, but this is something I'm really looking at this week. If this stock goes sub 80, I probably will be buying some more shares. We'll see. I bought some around $84, $85, but if it gets below sub 80s, which would be 52-week lows, I'd be interested in buying it. And if I do, I'll make a video letting you guys know how much I bought and what share I bought, what share price I bought at. Shopify, this one's really exciting too. This is basically like the baby Amazon I look at it as. Obviously, Amazon had its earnings last week. They basically said they're seeing a slowdown in the consumer. Their guide for this year isn't very optimistic in growing, or very limited growth. So it's kind of one of those companies. I think it got some sympathy sell off from Amazon earnings last week. It did pull down to indices, which is, in my opinion, what we need to like fully wash out this downward spiral. The past 4 months have been completely brutal in the market since the new year. But Shopify is at 426.82. 52-week highs when the last stimmy package rolled out around this time last year, and when things started opening up, the vaccine was available last year, and people were just spending like crazy just to get out of the house. The valuation was insane on Shopify. It was $1,760.92. So that is another stock that is insanely down. This is a stock I started buying in like October, November, when it came off its 52-week highs and was right around $1,000-ish. I started buying it at. Once the Amazon news struck, it went up, crazy. I'm thinking of a firm there. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I did start buying it around October, November. So this is a stock I started buying when it was like sub 1,000. It's just such a good company for the long term. And, it will find its way and get back there. Double-digit growth, really good company. So we'll see. Also, the reason I'm really keeping my eye on this one, earnings is May 5th, which I believe is Wednesday. So this is an important day for Shopify as far as let's just see what they're doing. If, basically we haven't found a bottom in the stock yet. It just keeps falling and falling and falling. We never really found like that time where it's kind of been stagnant or holding. It's just been crashing. And I've been buying the whole entire time. So the reason I like doing that is because it's impossible to predict the bottom. Nobody can predict like, oh, it's going to turn around this week, or oh, earnings are going to be real bad, it's going to crash. So what I like doing is companies that I really like. If you have your finances under control monthly, you can do things like that, and you can kind of like bully the market in a weird way. Even though you're losing money temporarily, long term, you'll be totally fine. I do think Shopify one day will surpass its 52-week highs in the next couple of years. So if you look at it at $400, that's what's that, a 4x just to get back to 52-week high. So, if you can build out a pretty large position and you 4x it, that's a pretty good day for you, especially long-term gains, so you don't get taxed as much. The last stock that I'm looking at in the month of May is Nvidia. Right now it's at 186.40. It's recently started the downtrend and come off its 52-week highs at 346.47. this was one of the large caps that kind of held up the whole entire indices. It is potentially coming down. We'll see what their earnings are. It's in the next couple of weeks. It's not this coming up week, but I could see them lowering guidance, missing, maybe having chip supply issues. And if it does, this stock can absolutely come down, or it might pull like an Apple or something like that, where it just continues just to execute and blow people away with how they're executing during the pandemic. So same thing, kind of like Shopify. And I'm really just kind of chipping at this one. This is a new position I just started a couple weeks ago. I started buying around 220 to 210. So I've been just slowly chipping at it as it's been falling down. This stock I am looking to make a bigger position in, as it's a newer position. Same with this one. So these two I'm really focusing more on. This one's really well built out because I've owned it for such a long time. But if it gets to stupid prices, which might happen this week, I'm willing to buy all three of them. So some other big things this week that we can't forget about: the Fed meeting. It's Wednesday. They're probably going to adjust rates 0.5%. They're going to hike them. So that's kind of baked in the market. There are some rumors that there's a 0.75% rate hike, which would be a surprise to the market. I don't think they're going to do that. They'll probably do a 0.5 point rate hike the next 3 meetings. Market's already priced that in. And I think some people are even pricing in 3/4 points or something like that, really to stop this inflation. But I think the inflation, just them talking, is freaking everyone out enough for them, like, people to stop spending. And it's kind of like the market's correcting and really falling hard. We might fall into a bear market, the Dow and S&P. And if it does, like, that's exactly what the Fed wants. They want buying to slow down. So whatever they can do to slow down buying is going to slow down inflation. That's their end goal. They want inflation under control. So that's fine. I'm prepared for it. If the market, I wouldn't be surprised also, because there's so much fear baked in the market right now. If they say a 0.5 point, just like the March meeting that came out, they said a 1/4 point. We were anticipating that. The market rallied right after that. So the biggest down day was the day before that, which would be, in theory, if it repeats itself, it's Tuesday. So we'll see. Unemployment numbers also come out Friday. We are at very healthy unemployment numbers. It wouldn't be bad if they ticked up a little bit, just because it's not really like there's so many companies that need help and still hiring, especially like in-person jobs. I mean, unemployment's super low right now. So as long as it doesn't start ticking up majorly, that's a good sign we're in a healthy economy. So I think we'll be fine this week. It's going to be super volatile. These are the stocks I'm looking at though this month. And obviously if I buy, I'll let you guys know. Till tomorrow, make sure you guys subscribe. Till tomorrow, peace.